Alright, me first?
Yeah.
Hello, I'm Sven Harrison. Hello, I'm Sean.
I'm Alex.
And we're Make Them Suffer. You're watching Interview Under Fire. Hey, I'm Sean.
I'm Alex.
We're from Make Them Suffer, and you're watching Interview Fire.
All right, guys, I want to welcome you to Interview Under Fire. Of course, welcome back, Sean, also, because we talked 4 years ago, obviously. We talked about it before the interview started.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, welcome the amazing Alex, of course. I feel like this is like a coming out tour for you, like in the States. I know you guys did come back a couple years ago with Bad Omens, but I think this is what it was meant to be. But Sean and Alex, of course, welcome back to Dallas, and thank you so much for taking the time to sit with me today. Of course, it's a long time coming, but a popular topic I always like to talk about and touch on with our awesome guests who come to Texas is Texas, right? Because Dallas has always been like a popular destination stop for all these bands who come through. This is like a two-part question, but the crowd has always been so great too. Every time, like at least the times that you guys have been here in Texas, what is it about Texas or even Dallas that brings you guys back here? And is it true what they say about Texas and Australia being similar? Are you guys the British Texans, as I constantly keep hearing? So, anyway, loaded question to start things off. But.
Yeah. I think there are definitely like a lot of similarities, especially not so much the cities, but I think as you get into like rural and regional Australia, and then the landscape is very similar. It's kind of it could be seen as quite similar to some of the more regional areas of Texas, I think. Yeah, I guess so. What do you think?
I think Australia definitely has, like, not the part of Australia where I'm from, but Australia has a lot of like outback culture, farming culture, like horse, like dudes in, I guess we call them Akubras. It's like an
Aussie Cowboys.
Aussie Cowboys, yeah, okay.
Cowboys. So we definitely have that in common. We did play Houston the other night, and as you said, Sven,
Yeah.
it was your favourite show of tour.
Oh, it was too. Yeah. Last night was my favourite show.
The crowd was pretty insane. So
It has to change tonight, obviously.
Yeah.
well, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully tonight's the best we'll see.
Yeah.
Dallas is always good. So.
Yeah. And I can't help but ask this without moving along. Have you guys been to Buc-ee's yet?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me, please tell me
We went to
an
Buc-ee's in
Australian's
Texas.
experience on a Buc-ee's, because
Okay.
it's like a museum, like for
It
people
is.
who come through Texas.
Yeah.
It's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
It's just like
Just want to zoom in on Sean's
it's
face.
just so
That's
much. It's all the like freedom of America, like in a petrol station, and just like the space, the pure scale of it. It's like in Australia, like one big difference between like Australia and America is you find in Australia there's no like car parks, or there's not enough parking bays, and then you go to America and there's just these massive car lots and just like all this space, and I just feel like Buc-ee's is like, I don't know, it's just a perfect representation of that. It's just like all the space, every pump you could possibly want, any food, any piece of merch, whatever. They've just got like everything, and it's absolutely insane.
If you go road tripping in Australia or driving and you stop at a truck stop, we don't have truck stops.
Yeah.
We've got like little petrol, like servos we call them, petrol stations, and there's fuck all in there. So it might not even be open.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You might be lucky if it's open.
Okay.
There's no toilet, like, so when you come to America and you're on the road, it's exciting because you pull into like a Buc-ee's and it's like, fuck, we can
It's
do.
life-changing.
Yeah, and there's clothes. Like, we always buy trackies and wear like a full tracksuit from Buc-ee's.
And they greet you.
Yeah, they say-
Welcome to Buc-ee's, and you're like, yes.
So yeah, we love Buc-ee's.
Yeah, Buc-ee's is great.
Yeah, I think there's one that's like what 30 minutes from here because Denton's Denton's not Denton or Melissa, Texas. So you guys are in Austin tomorrow, I think.
No, San Antonio.
Oh, San
Yeah,
Antonio.
We're not going to
on the
Austin.
way there,
Yeah.
but I was gonna ask like, you're originally from Perth, right? So what is like that Buc-ee's in Perth, if that even is a thing?
We don't have it. Yeah, we've just got petrol stations. There's Perth is in WA, Western Australia, which is the largest state in Australia, I believe, and that has on it the longest piece of flat, straight road in the world. Apparently, it's like over 100 miles long or some shit. So that has a pretty sweet truck stop at like right before you hit that strip of road, and it's got like souvenirs and stuff you can buy. That's the only thing that kind of comes to mind that I can possibly think of. Otherwise, it's just servos, as we call them, which is a service station, which is a petrol station, whatever. Oh, you guys call it gas.
Yeah, we call it gas.
So yeah, but they're just like they'll just have a couple nibblies and just like a couple gas pumps, and they won't greet you or anything like that. It's just get in, get out. You're lucky if you can use the bathroom,
Man,
Actually, in Australia, if you want to use the bathroom, they have to give you, like, even in restaurants and shit, they'll give you like a key attached to a plank of wood.
Yeah,
and it's like the walk of shame, and you have to have this
I'm going to the toilet.
hoist this massive key over your back and trek it outside.
they make you like go like the long way. Like it's all the way in the back. Go through the crowd.
And like, it's always like some toilet. The toilet is shared with the like tattoo shop in the alleyway or something like that. It's like 5 different stores like sharing the same horrible dingy toilet.
Here too, by the way.
That exists here. I'm glad it's not just.
Hey, we complete each other, Australians and Texans. So that's the case I'm trying to make. I don't know if I told you this when we spoke last time, but Australia is one of it's the destination stops for me to travel to when it comes to
awesome.
when I want to visit places. So I may hit you back up again.
Yeah.
When that time comes, maybe sometime next year. So it'll be good to see you guys. Now, we mentioned, touring. Last night you guys were in Houston. Here's the thing for a band like yourself. I know it's still early in the tour, right? But are you guys getting to spend time in any of these cities? Being on the road, how much time are you actually getting to spend for yourself? Jaya's going to go see episode 1 of The Phantom Menace right now. So that's going on. But for you, Sean and Alex, when it comes to okay, I got to visit this city. This is something I'm really excited about. Something that stands out when it comes to that subject.
This tour is a little different because we're in a bandwagon for the first time, which is sick.
That's real great.
Yeah.
I love bandwagons.
Yeah,
so.
it's unreal. But that means we've got a different schedule. So we're following the Aero bus, and we've got to take care of the driver, and the schedule is not as free. So last time we were in the States when we had days off, we were in the van, so we went to Zion National Park.
We
had a day off.
That's a great spot.
It was honestly insane. We had a day off. We stayed in a big Airbnb with North Lane in Salt Lake, had a hot tub overlooking the mountains, and we just had this massive party, and it was unreal. This time, the days off we've had, mostly we spend rejuvenating.
Yeah.
I know it sounds really boring, but it's really important when you're a touring band.
No, it is.
Washing, gym, little grocery shopping, washing your hair.
Yes.
I wash my hair every day off. So it's
look at us. Obviously that's all of us.
Look at this.
Yeah.
This is the thing.
You don't want to know.
I literally think he's like my twin at this point.
Well, yeah, Sean doesn't wash it. Sean takes good care of his hair, but he's, So on our days off, we haven't had a chance to see anything yet. Mm-hmm. I think it'll come if we've got enough time.
The daily routine for me is find a nice coffee shop in every city, and then go to a gym in every city, and then that's it. So that's pretty much most of what I see. And sometimes on the walk to those particular destinations, you walk past a lovely, memorial or interesting landmark or park or whatever it is, or see a bit of the city. But typically, it's just playing the show and.
Yeah.
But we get to live a bit of the normal life. Like today we went to a place called Cowboys Fit down in the city in Dallas.
That was a great gym.
Yeah, and so we're amongst the real life as if we live here. So it's cool. Yeah.
Having said that, because being on the road, I want to do a little pre-tour prep here. What are some essentials you guys take with you on the road? Because I feel like...
I've got a new one this tour. It's something I've just started doing. Is I bring, because we did Australia and then this, and then right after this we got Europe.
Right.
So between Australia and between the three, we're staying in a lot of hotels, right? And then we've also got the bunks on the bus. So I actually brought my own pillow slip this tour. It's a silk pillow slip, so dust can't. I get really sensitive, like sinuses and stuff. So yeah, basically just like I'm putting this new pillow, my silky pillow slip on any hotel bed we stay on, and that's helps to keep my allergies from getting out of control and like just keep that wash. So that's a new one for me, and that is probably
you wouldn't expect that from a deathcore vocalist.
This is like
that's being added to the essentials.
This is like me traveling because my allergies are terrible.
Yeah.
Like you're in the state where it's like, hopefully you don't feel it tomorrow. Maybe you will. But Texas is usually like, you came out on a very humid day.
Yeah, this has been fine so far. I woke up like with a clear nose and stuff, so it's usually fine. Yeah.
Alex?
Essentials for traveling, for touring? Ooh. I think I figured out pretty quickly on the first tour I did, especially in the States, like, don't bring lots of stuff because we live in trackies, like, honestly, like, and gym gear, and even we go to, like, if we go to fine dining restaurants, we're all in trackies. So I think I figured out pretty quickly gym clothes, trackies, stage clothes. We pretty much wear the same stage clothes every night as well, and, like, pre-workout protein. Like health stuff. So I think I bought like 10 kilos less baggage this time around. So the essentials are like, hair straightener.
That's important.
Hair straightener.
Does Sean use it?
No, I would love to straighten his hair. I'd love to.
It's pretty crazy. Like
I think we should bring the emo metalcore.
Like a way you've never seen before.
Can I straighten it for one of the shows?
Yeah, it just takes so long. I'll trim
but I'll
it
do
first
it.
and then we can straighten it.
Bro, I remember when you had those braids.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was
Does Alex know this? And
I was a fan of at the time of the band, and so I remember being like watching Sean go through his little phases.
You're the perfect person right here to help with that.
I can help with that for sure.
Yeah, you got a whole tour left, so let's see if it's possible. I wonder, like, working out, that's got to be a challenge. It's not like an easy thing to be on the road and still having to. Okay, we can go to this gym on this city, things like that. Like it's got to be. It's easier said than done.
You really do have to go like out of your way a little bit a lot of the time. It's usually like over a mile's walk or Uber if we don't have that sort of time because we've got to get back and sound check and stuff like that. But I mean, I think it's definitely worth it. And if we weren't doing that, then we'd just have to kill time. Just I don't know, playing Crash Bandicoot on the bandwagon or something. So yeah. Well, that's it.
That's important.
Yeah.
Yeah, the vibe is different this tour. Everyone in the band's like all of a sudden really fit. Which is great because we're all on the same page. So we've got like a really like good schedule during the day. Like we rock up to whatever city we're in the bandwagon, wake up. Most of us go to the gym, or we like load in a little bit, or we do a workout in the trailer. And everyone's got their protein shakes, and like we've got a little coffee machine on the bandwagon and a fridge, and everyone's got their healthy snacks and stuff. So I think being on the same page this tour really helps because it's really hard when you're the only person that wants to work out. It's good.
Sick.
Yeah,
I think we all sort of came to the conclusion that if we want to be doing this in the long run, just like for longevity, we need to start taking better care of ourselves and getting into healthier routines on tours. So I think that's just been a motivator for everyone.
You guys are going to Europe next, if I'm not mistaken, after this tour.
Yeah, it's a long stint.
It's interesting to think about. We mentioned that you guys just played with Bring Me the Horizon, not in the Australian dates, coming here with Era, and you guys are heading out to Europe. Is it when you guys go home after being on the road for so long? I wonder how that feels. Is it like, is this home? It kind of starts to seep in. I wonder, are you itching to just get back out on the road again? Because you kind of have to, the routines that you were so focused on for such a long, extended period of time, make them suffer. You guys have been making the rounds lately. So for someone like you, and especially for you, Alex, who, the newest member of the band, how does that like affect you guys mentally? I wonder. Because
for me personally, I think, you get home and it's amazing for 3 weeks, and then I'm ready to get back out on the road again. I don't feel like particularly tied down to Perth, like where I live, or any particular anything really. I mean, I know my home is where the band goes, and this has just become my life now. So I'm always itching to get back out after about a month. Typically,
home feels like on the road at this point. It's just.
It's kind of one of those things, isn't it? The grass is always greener. Like at this point in tour, we're still having a blast, I think, and happy to be out here. I think, by the sort of like 10th or 11th week of this stint, I think we'll probably be itching to get home and have a bit of R&R, but once we do recuperate, we're pretty ready to get back out there, I think, for the most part.
And I want to talk about this current tour because I don't think we've gotten to this yet. The Cure North America, right? This is the first tour. You guys came in 2022 or 2021, Bad Omens, but Era, Novelist, Void of Vision. This is an important tour, I feel like, for a lot of metalcore fans because you got some veterans and you have some up-and-coming acts from a whole movement of music. I ask a lot of questions about chemistry between members of the same band, like we did for How to Survive a Funeral, right? Because I find those stories very interesting. But in this case, I do want to talk about the chemistry between the different bands on this tour. There's some history here because Void of Vision, also being from Australia, right? And we saw them with August Burns Red, blew our minds.
Great show, yeah.
Some of the nicest guys ever. I couldn't be happier that they're playing with you guys. Do you think it takes chemistry to make tours like these work? And if so, what kind of chemistry do you guys take with you on the road?
I love this question. I've never been asked this question before. And if only people knew what goes on behind the scenes on tour. Because we definitely develop chemistry between the bands. Because on this particular tour, everyone's toured together already in one way or another. So Make Them Suffer, I've already toured with Novelists. I wasn't in the band, but I've toured with Void of Vision before, and then obviously Era and MTF have toured. There's a lot of in-jokes. There's a lot of, not hazing, but how would you describe it? Like brutal breaking down of certain people in certain bands, like just relentless pranks, a lot of really good humour.
We give George from Void of Vision a lot of shit.
I'm surprised Void of Vision ever want to tour with us ever again. Honestly, Make Them Suffer have the most brutal sense of humour that if a band can survive that, congratulations. But I think there's a lot of chemistry behind the scenes, so it makes the tour fun, it makes it relaxing, sound check's relaxing, everyone has fun, and hopefully that translates live.
I think so, yeah, for sure. I don't think it I'm not sure if it affects like the success of a tour or whatever. Like you could put 4 bands on a bill and none of them talk to each other for a whole tour, and sometimes that does happen. But the fact that we've toured with Era, I think, on an international level more than any other band. So we're super tight with Era, we're super tight with Void of Vision, I'm tight with Novelists. It's just it just makes everything way more enjoyable. And I think that that was when Era were probably building the lineup, they had that in mind as well, that they wanted the tour to be fun for everyone and for everyone to just have a great time. So,
gosh, I can't wait for the show tonight.
Yeah.
Do me a favor, Alex. Hand Sean the mic.
Yes.
I want you to talk about this, okay?
All right.
Alex, she is a new keyboardist and vocalist. This is for you.
All right.
Okay.
Sean.
So this is because I feel like this needs to be mentioned because Alex took over after the departure of Boca, of course. She's known for her work in Drown This City. I love that band, by the way. I knew who they were.
Oh, that's amazing.
As soon as I saw you guys were breaking up, I was like, no. And then, holy shit, when Doom Switch dropped, it took everyone by the throat. And then Ghost of Me dropped. And then Epitaph dropped. What new element, Sean, does Alex bring, or maybe even brought back into the lineup that Make Them Suffer may not have had in the past? Feel free to gush over her about this. This is your moment. So I want to talk about this.
Yeah. I mean, Alex coming from, Alex is, was a front man front woman, front person. The main center vocals, if you will.
Yeah.
And I think lead vocals, which I often refer to myself as, yes. And so, I don't know, I think that just goes a long way, and she kind of like, when I'm writing lyrics, we can kind of work together, and she kind of understands where I'm coming from with the parts. And I think in communicating, what we're trying to go for a certain part or section, she just like inherently understands because that is her instrument as well. And I think like you have an amazing singing voice, it's great, but I've always written vocal rhythms, screaming parts that I felt have always needed two vocalists, and I've always tried to get like guitarist or bassist, whatever, to step up and help me out with certain parts, and it's like too hard, or it doesn't sound right and stuff. So for me, the most exciting thing is getting Alex to do screams and help me out and do a bit of like call and response with that. It's opened up a lot of like avenues creatively, I think, in terms of the way that we're able to write lyrics and screaming phrasing. Yeah,
man,
that's my favorite part as well.
yeah, sick.
Screaming. I love it.
Well said. I appreciate you sharing that, Sean, because I feel like the chemistry has just turned on. I'm just a fan, but the chemistry between Make Them Suffer, holy shit! Like, I can't wait for the next album. Okay, so it's just hearing that from you talk about Alex. It really shows that bond and the chemistry, not only on the stage but even off. I can even see like the chemistry just sitting in front of me. But I mentioned the singles, right, guys? So I know it's been 4 years since How to Survive a Funeral, but I don't know what you can and cannot say, but can these singles, whoever wants to answer, serve as a sneak peek into what's to come on the new album, or are we just barely scratching the surface here?
I don't understand the question, and I won't respond to it. I think so. I don't know. I mean, it's definitely, it's definitely an indication of, the sounds that we're sort of. I mean, the songs are pretty varied as is. I think, like especially like Epitaph is pretty different from the other two. I think.
I feel like it highlights different strengths of the band with the singles that you guys have put out since Doom Switch dropped.
Yeah.
Again, that's just what I'm saying. So.
Yeah. So I guess you could use your imagination to think what an upcoming release might sound like or something, but I'm not going to say any more than that.
That's okay. I like surprises, especially coming from you guys. And what Make Them Suffer, before we end this, you guys have, at least to me, made a name for yourselves over the years. Not an easy thing to do, okay? What is it? If I'm not mistaken, 17 years?
17 years, right?
17 years?
2008, right?
Yeah, 2008. Yeah, bro.
Fuck.
17 years, okay?
That's insane.
From
oh my
dude, yeah.
I feel so
Dude,
old.
I told you at the start of all this, we're good with numbers. Yeah. Somehow we have this insane memory. I remember when you guys first dropped freaking Never Bloom and Old Souls, like all those. Just, from when all this started to where you are now, the music I feel like just continues to evolve. You're taking metalcore, deathcore, symphonic elements even to different and higher levels, and I feel you guys have one-upped yourselves again with these new singles. Good luck topping it with whatever's to come, but the challenge of keeping things fresh after that time frame, the lineup changes, the freaking pandemic, throw that in there, and so on and so forth. Sean, are you someone, even Alex, who wants to take this, do you ever stop for just a moment, maybe even take this moment to look back on how far you've come?
Yeah. We actually do that pretty regularly. I did that today, actually.
That's pretty awesome.
Whoa, what the hell are we doing? And sometimes it's like not even in a positive way. Sometimes it's like, what the hell are we doing? Like, this is ridiculous.
We kind of had that moment for ourselves out there when we first first saw y'all. So it's
it's like, what are we doing? It's like jumping through all these hoops to play half an hour every night and living in vans and bandwagons and I don't know, getting very little sleep. And but it's all worth it, and we're all like living our dreams. It's insane. It's amazing. We always have to pinch ourselves.
Yeah. Alex, do you want to add to that?
Yeah, I love holding this little thing.
She was holding it so fancy. It seemed like she was actually interviewing you the whole time.
Put my little pinky out. I really like this question as well because is that elegant? Because I was a fan of the band first before joining. So coming in, I've got to do some really cool things like tour the Never Bloom album around Australia.
Yep.
So I got to dive really far backwards into the discography of Make Them Suffer and reappreciate the deathcore heritage of that.
Yeah.
Then I also get the pleasure of playing all of the key successful songs of each of the albums every night to screaming fans and watching them cry, especially like Erase Me.
Stop.
That honestly, and it makes me really emotional because I get to deliver that. Even though I didn't have anything to do with the band at the time, I feel very emotional watching people's responses.
Yeah.
And then I get to be a part of the new chapter. So, objectively, it's an honor because I have a lot of respect for Make Them Suffer and how hard they've all worked getting to come in right at the top. I think it's really exciting, but I feel like a lot of the members of the band are extremely progressive, especially Nick and Sean in their songwriting. They're so progressive and they're always seeing the future, and they have a rejuvenated energy constantly, so it's not like a dragged down, we've been doing it for so long. It's like, honestly, it's like, just feels like the beginning, which is very exciting. So
man, couldn't have put that any better. Man, so we're gonna end things on a pretty funny note here. So we're gonna do something called the lightning round.
We're really competitive now.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask you a question. Some of them are stupid. Some of them could be serious.
Don't say
just
anything
answer them
dumb.
quickly, okay?
Some of them are facts and some are opinions. So
Yeah.
it's
Don't
like,
say
okay.
anything.
Okay. You would just go down here.
yeah, just gonna
Okay.
Okay.
This is stupid. Okay. What's the capital of Texas?
Texas.
No, she said Texas.
No. I was gonna say.
Okay. Oh yeah. I was like, what?
No, I was gonna say Texas is the state, and then I was gonna work backwards, but you already said.
Is that correct?
It's Austin. It's Austin.
Oh, it's Austin. Okay.
Oh, wait,
Texas is the capital of Texas.
Put like the
now.
mic in the middle, and both of y'all like come together. All right. Blue or green?
Blue.
Okay. Vegan or meat?
Meat.
Mate.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Cats or dogs?
Cats.
Dogs.
Star Wars or Harry Potter?
Oh, Star Wars.
Harry Potter.
Ah, May the 4th. Okay, so we're in Texas. This is always a popular topic of conversation. Is it pecan pie or pecan pie?
It barely exists in Australia, but I'm going to say pecan pie. I've always said that.
Pecan pie, but also Americans. Why do you make sweet pie?
Yeah,
That's a very valid
pies
question.
are savoury.
You have different pies.
Our
right,
pies
yeah.
have steak in them and beef.
Very valid question. Mexican food or Italian food?
Mexican.
You're the opposite.
Country or hip hop?
Country.
Hip hop. Oh no, actually, fuck, that's too hard. I like them equally.
Okay, Halloween or Christmas?
Christmas.
Christmas.
Los Angeles or New York?
New York.
Yeah, New York.
You guys have both on this tour?
Tough one. Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
nice. Okay. Are tomatoes a fruit or a vegetable?
They're
Fruit.
What did you say?
fruit.
Okay. Why was I being told it was a vegetable growing up?
No, it's
Tomatoes
fruit.
are a vegetable.
It has
Ah,
seeds.
fruit.
Got seeds, yeah.
Okay. If you were to spend one day in the world of the last movie or TV show you watched, where would you be, and would you survive?
I'd be playing NFL football because I've been watching All American, and I reckon I'd rock being a cheerleader. So yes.
I would be probably in the late 80s, early 90s on the set of Seinfeld playing George Costanza.
Oh my God.
Who's Jerry Seinfeld?
Alex, do you have a football team?
In Australia, I do.
Oh, okay. I was like, if you had a national.
Probably yes, because the Denver Broncos.
Okay.
Who?
Denver Broncos.
Okay. I have nothing against them. I'm a New York
Okay.
Giants fan, so
Okay.
we're good.
Okay.
Okay. Moving on. Who would you pick? Who would you pick to play yourself in a movie?
Alex Ballou. We give Alex from Era a lot of shit.
That's a good one.
I actually have no idea. Maybe Zach Braff.
That's actually really good. I feel like he knew that. I feel like he knew that.
I pick Lindsay Lohan. No, Hilary Duff. Hilary Duff.
Either one. Actually, Lindsay Lohan's pretty good.
Zach Braff, yeah.
Okay, if Michael Myers offered to buy you a beer, would you accept?
Yeah.
Wait.
Wait, Michael Myers.
Mike
Wait.
Myers?
Michael Myers, as in like the Halloween
Oh
Michael
shit! I
Myers.
thought you meant
Oh.
fucking the funny dude from Austin Powers. Okay, shit.
Mike Myers.
Yeah.
Michael Myers, I'm not so sure. Probably not.
You know, I like traumatized men, so yes.
Okay. Would you rather be able to speak every language in the world or be able to talk to animals?
Talk to animals.
Speak every language. That's always been a superpower.
I love the dynamic contrast between you guys. Some of them are different, some of them are
Some
like.
of the most differences we've ever had.
Really?
Yeah, we had. Okay, I love this one. There's a time machine in front of you. It says the destination is the first concert you've ever attended. Where are you? And what do you remember the most about this day? And would you take the trip back? So I think Sean is thinking about his.
First concert.
This is a good one.
Mine was Muse.
Awesome.
And they're actually my favorite band of all time. I would take the trip back, and I would say to Matt Bellamy, one day we're going to play together. Hasn't happened yet, but in the future
You
it
guys
will.
have collaborated with artists already, so I feel like that'd be the collaboration.
Although Muse are epic. We've got a long way to go, but that is my ultimate dream, is to just meet Matt Bellamy.
Do you have like the ticket, like anything memorable from that day that you kept?
No. Oh. I don't really keep things like that, but I remember. Yeah.
Mine was the Chili Peppers.
Oh,
and
shit.
I remember as like a 12-year-old kid not really being very impressed. I was like, it doesn't sound anything like the album. And then someone had to explain to me that well, that's live music, it's different.
Why does I think a friend of mine actually said that too. I think that's good, right? I think we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
All right, guys. Last words is any shout outs, anything else you'd like to plug or mention as far as Make Them Suffer, the tour, whatever you want to say to your fans.
Continue to listen to Make Them Suffer and buy all our merch.
Merch is very important, actually. That's where we make all the money.
Yeah.
But I would also like to say props and congratulations to Era, because they were the first band that I met as friends of Make Them Suffer in Australia. They were actually in Australia, and I met them and we chatted on there. They were playing some shows, and I think 3 years later now we're touring and they're headlining. They're doing amazing, so they're doing a great job. So
yeah.
And buy merch.
Buy merch, please, because the bands can't do it without your help. It really goes a long way.
Boston, like the Northeast, can you say it in a way that they'll understand?
Oh, yeah,
Let's go back.
You guys gotta buy merch, all right? Please.
Yeah, that was perfect. Hey guys, celebrate your successes, because as a fan, I'm almost like a proud moment to see where you guys are right now. So, thank you so much. Go crush it out there.
Hey guys, thanks for listening to Interview Under Fire podcast. If you guys liked what you heard, please subscribe and share our channel. And please leave a 5-star review, as that helps us tremendously. If you'd like to check out more, visit www.interviewunderfire.com or our social media channels on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And finally, we want to thank you all for the support you've been giving us. Keep it burning.